Hello and welcome, Lynx. We are playing Chronotopia second skin, and we are starting off with that annoying face expression with Kionna. Here I go again. Anywho, let's continue and see hopefully the plan to backfire even more on her. Hopefully. As she was around the table for lunch, she noticed that her prey was one of the valets who were bringing the dishes. She called out to him as he was bringing last sequence of the meal. Grégoire, my good man! Yes, madam. Anything I can do for you? Have you quite lonely? Would you not stay with me while I drink my sweet spice wine? If that's what you wish, I'll comply. By the way, I think she was not of age that she should be allowed to drink. He abundantly sat next to her and waited for her to finish. It's such a shame that only I get to enjoy this. Why would you not have a drink too? Me, madam. It's very kind of you to worry about my health, but I have eaten before starting my service. Besides, this is Lord Tally's private reserve. This honor belongs to you. Oh, that is quite true, but do you not say that it is much more pleasant to drink in good company? Come on, man, don't get fooled. I'm so bored here. The meal would only be happier. Ready would be move if you could accept. Don't. The retainer wavered. It was his duty to obey his masters and please them as best he could. Don't. She's not your master. Again. The offer sounded harmless enough. Kionna indeed seemed to be wandering around like a lost soul, and if he could grant her wishes, while improving the deplorable atmosphere that was prevailing since her arrival at Clermont, his comrades would no doubt be grateful. Also, she should have a weak head, to be honest. She should basically drop completely drunk after like one glass. Come on, I mean... Besides, the idea of tasting wine of such a good quality was making his mouth water. But he had promised his wife and children not to indulge too much, and he cared a lot about them, so he leaned on his last defense in the hope that she would not persist. Good. I thank you very much, but I'm not worthy of your kindness. Come on, nobody will know. You have the right to relax once in a while, do you not? This will stay between us. Don't share secrets with her. Come on, man. Unable to resist any longer, Grégoire yielded. Come on, Grégoire, what is wrong with you? Very well, I agreed to drink in your company, Lady Kionna, but I'm counting on you to keep it light. Naturally. Dude, I so hope she'll get drunk herself. With a predatory smile, that's not a smile, she poured her interlocutor a glass. From the first sip, she heard him melt with pleasure. Ooh, such flavors! This sweetness is divine! Are you perhaps a wine connoisseur? Oh, I have a basic knowledge, but that's all. Do not be so modest. I can see that you have much more than a basic knowledge, and I'm delighted to talk with another connoisseur. Like you would freaking have a knowledge about wine at all, to be fair. You filthy liar. If you enjoy robust beverages, you should absolutely try one from Haute Grelot or Saint-Emilion. She mentally seized one of the bottles which had remained on the table after it had been cleared. You're being too generous, What do you like most, red or white? I have a soft spot for red wine. In that case, you are going to love this one. She did so well that the servant let himself be persuaded to taste all the wines. No, she's... What a dumb boss. Oh my god. Then have another glass of some under the pretext of comparing them. I bet she was not drinking, that she's still standing. After a few minutes, he was incredibly fuddled and no longer able to properly stand or talk. Wow. What do you think, dear Grégoire? Oh, they're all so good. I could sell myself for more. That should be allowed, good lord. Tell me, would you happen to know if Lord Tally is keeping a diary or any form of correspondence by chance? Oh, a diary he doesn't keep, that's for sure. But letters he receives frequently, very frequently. From who do they come from? He never talks about it, but I'm sure of it. They're from his mistresses. Oh, interesting. Do you know where he put them away in that case? I haven't got a clue. All I know is that there's somewhere in the room. His room, in a box. Perfect. Is there something he's hiding from me? Some secret? He thinks you are a goddamn idiot. No. Not that I know. There is wife and other mistresses, but you're in there. No, apparently. As it happens, does his wife have a weak point I could exploit? You fucking bitch. Her love for the Lord, that's what will be the end of her. Oh, I could not care less about her love, drunkard. I could not care less about your well-being right now. I mean, dude, 5 minutes in, I'm raging. Don't shout so loudly, ma'am. Besides, the Lord's love will be the end of it too. How so? Oh, he pushed his wife away, but that's cowardice. We all know he's crazy about her, more than he's ever been about any of his mistresses. That's why he's never gonna repudiate her. He can do that to his childhood friend. As soon as you give him a child, he'll take it away from you. Kionna got up from the table so brusquely that she knocked him over. Filth liar, I'm the only one he truly loves. Oh my god, here she goes again. Ah, she's so fucking dumb. Jesus Christ. Oh, my head, my head. In a fury, she banged her fist on the table and, ignoring the poor stick of a fellow who was gesticulating on the ground, she left the common room. After fiercely slamming the door, she stormed in the bedroom that was dedicated to the monarch and in which she had never entered before. Grinding her teeth so much so that they might explode. Would be nice to see that. She stood up straight with blazing eyes and prominent neck muscles. Doubt she has any muscles. And methodically began rummaging through his belongings. No. I don't want to search the room. I totally don't want to manage to find that, not gonna lie. Would be nice to not be able to find it, you know? I mean, I would not complain if I could not find it in general. Because I want her to fail miserably, okay? So that way, if she doesn't find stuff, that would be awesome. Can I save now? Okay. Okay. Wine bottle. I don't know, is it this? Yes. A wax seal. Here? Scroll box. That's... no, we are not finding this. Coat. Here. Painting. Here. Diary. No. Biscuit tin. Is it here? No, that's a purse. Okay. I have no clue what this is. Okay, never mind. Oh. Oh, that was a comb. Okay. It's too dark. What was that? Biscuit tin. Is it this? No. This? No. This? Okay. Horn. I don't see it. Horn. I really do not see it. I see a dagger. Horse figurine here. Horn. Unfortunately, I'm afraid we have to find everything, so whether I like it or not, she will get the info, which sucks. Diary, probably under pillow. No, here. Like right in the view. What the heck? Horn. Am I the only one who doesn't see it? That's a cheat mode, by the way, a little bit, huh? No, but I totally don't see it. Horn. And I have my glasses on. Is it the only one thing I'm missing? Yeah. Oh my god, it's right here in the freaking bed. Here. End of the search. Unfortunately, she's found everything, and that sucks. Achievement unlocked, search the room for clues. Shitty nosy princess. In a violent state, she was knocking everything down. Books, ornaments, pillows, candles. Fortunately, they were all extinguished. Why do you say fortunately? It's unfortunately. Come on. We all know this is unfortunate. After long minutes spent exploring every nook and cranny of the room, opening and emptying every drawer, she finally noticed a small black box hidden under a pile of clothes. I hate you! Extracting it from the wardrobe, she opened the box in all haste. Letters had been... By the way, I have to point this out actually. I'm actually glad this game is not voiceover, because I could totally not wait for her texts to be read out loud. Anyway, letters had been carefully preserved and folded. She eagerly seized them and returned to her own room to read them at ease. On her way, she came across her lady in waiting and hailed her. Gemma, would you be so kind as to clean up Tartali's quarters? The place is in shambles. Oh, but I was so sure I had cleaned them yesterday, madame. Oh, well, go back and check for yourself. What a bitch. How about you do this yourself, crappy wannabe princess? Juliet. We are so far from Oh. Juliet is one of the tales presented in Le Magazine des Enfants, 1756, by Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont. It has a rather classic setting. A lord and lady eager to have a child are given a little girl named Juliet. She showered her gifts from all the fairies of the country and is promising to become both beautiful and witty. However, the queen of the fairies quite rightly noticed that none of her colleagues thought of making Juliet good-hearted. Yeah, I mean, that checks out with our character. She doesn't have a good heart at all. Her heart is so freaking nasty. Well, she's not become beautiful and witty as well, to be fair. Consequently, she imposes on her an obligation to remain mute until her 20th birthday in the hope of setting things right. Okay. The little girl grows up and learns to use her disability against others. Because people do not pay attention to her, she reports everything she sees and hears to her mother through gestures. She's a tattletale who sows discord everywhere she goes, so much so that on her 20th anniversary the Queen of the Fairies decides to teach her a lesson. She uses a magic mirror that shows all the harm she has done. Retainers on the street, disinherited children, separated couples, all because of her pieces of gossip. And I bet she didn't care. The Mirror of Truth, Mirror de Vérité in French, is a formidable tool as it reflects all of their flaws to the person gazing into it. Okay, I need the information. Did it work at all? Did she get a mental breakdown for that or something? Without consideration, Kionna locked herself in her room with a scornful look. I mean, like every day. All the people here have become my enemies. Yeah, I'm sure of it. I can see it in their unmoved faces. Wait, what is the way you say it? It would be like, if Kionna has one enemy, I am him. If she has 1,000 enemies, I would be with them. If it's million, I'm part of that million. Absolutely. I no longer even feel sorry about the fact that her father wanted to marry her, you know, whatever. But this matters little. I have what I need. Reveal your secrets to me. Now that I think about it, reading someone else's letters overall, punishable. With a dry mouth and an avid soul, the young Moor browsed the missives up and down, in the hope of discovering how to conquer her lover once and for all. Can I not click that? She was sorely disappointed to only discover a prattle. Most of the letters indeed came from Tali's mistresses, who were renewing their desire to see him, imploring him to visit them more often. What if I click? Memory fragment collected. Oh. I did not expect that. The similarity with her own situation hit a nerve, and she grumbled. I'm different. He will not abandon me. He'll stay. He will. You are different. Yeah, you are different. You are the worst of all. A new epistle caught her attention. My lord, I have received your reply, but I cannot believe it. Why would I ask the favor to join you at a castle? I am very well aware that you do not want to bother your spouse, but I would like to meet her. I believe it's important for us to talk. If we are to share your life, and should you not announce the birth of your son, the kingdom has a right to know. I have resigned myself to the fact that you will never legitimate me, but this child deserves better. Oh, so there was one whose child survived. It was certainly the woman the servants had alluded to in the previous timeline. The one who had managed to give birth, but whose child had passed away after a few weeks. She could not convince him either. Yet I felt that he was ready to give in for me. I was so close to my goal, I can do it this time again. I mean, you are the only one who thought that. Upon scattering the letters on the bed, Kionna noticed one at the bottom of the box. It was torn, which piqued her interest. She immediately began putting the pieces back together so that she could decipher its contents. Oh, too bad that you can't fail that, huh? Because I totally would fail that on purpose. You know, so she's not able to read that stuff. This will be probably here. Fits. Let's see. Let's go like that. Like that. Like that. There we go. And the corner. Okay. Now. Okay, there is like a signature over here. If we could see what's exactly written here, it would certainly be a bit easier. This one? Up and... maybe? Okay. I think you. We've got it. Once put together, the fragments revealed numerous crossed outwards. Upon examining the signature, the prince immediately understood its singularity. It was not a missive addressed to Tali, but a draft written by Tali himself. Heart-pounding Kionna thought she had the remedy to her misery in her hand. Could it be intended for me? Could he be confessing these things? Definitely not. In reality, the letter was her poison. Seraphine, my love, we have not talked for a very long time. Dude, it's literally starting with Seraphine. Why the fuck would you think it's for you? As soon as I see you, my heart sinks and I don't know what to say. I've tried numerous times to confess my sins to you, but nothing escapes from the prison of my lips. So I've decided to take my courage in my hands and write. Although I have not always been very present, I am very fond of you. My feelings towards you remain unaltered. Do you remember the frog pond from our childhood, and that first kiss we shared in secret in the shade of the bokages? Power might have entrusted me with responsibilities. I have nonetheless never stopped cursing them and sighing. Thinking about the ancient times, those times where everything was easier. What would I give to go back? This lost carefreeness weighs on me. Not a night goes by without me holding you in my arms, caressing that smile I have not seen for so long, and that the hair blonder than the purest gold. Would you forgive my folly? Would you comfort me one more time? Let's go. Eyes transfixed, her face wearing a macabre grimace, the princess held herself fall onto the bed covered in letters. I mean, you can try to make me feel bad for Kionna, I don't. Her fingers clung to the sheets and rolled them onto her eyes. She remained that way, motionless and unable to speak, for hours and hours. The message of love that the king in the net of Seraphine had robbed her of her hopes. The retainer had been truthful. Although they had drifted away, the bond between them was much stronger than anything she could ever develop with Tali. Or anyone else in general. Even in turmoil, he was thinking about her. Kionna was only a flink entertainment, the potential mother of his children. She could never become the love of his life. Exactly. Or anyone else's. The shock was so big that she was no longer able to cry. I mean, that's what you get if you freaking create some weird scenarios in your own hands and you believe in them, even if they don't exist. Indifferent, mechanical, she did not move either way when she heard someone knock on her door. Madame, it is time for supper. I'm not hungry. Would you like us to leave some gruel in front of your door as a snack? No. Tch, that bitch. Her commanding tone eventually fed the lady-in-waiting's expression, and she was quick to join the other retainers in the main room. Oh, the poor. Why does she have to treat me that way? What happened? Would you believe it? She refuses to eat. And wouldn't you know it? This happens mere hours after finding Lord Tali's bedroom in a horrendous state. I don't know why she'd want to rummage through his personal belongings, but she did just that. And she had the nerve to order me to clear up her mess right after. Dead bitch. I know what her intentions are, but I'm now convinced that she's an absolutely detestable human being. Let's go, Romaine. Finally, someone said that. Oh, she's bad! Bad! My god, what happened to Gregoire? He looks sick. I found him under the table. That impious woman made him drink. The bottles of wine were empty. Are you sure it's her? Why would Gregoire himself with the sovereign's reserve? She must have offered him. I see no other explanation. But that's vile. And he precisely wanted to gradually stop drinking alcohol. Do you think she knew? Of course, it's too big of a coincidence. She knew perfectly well what she was doing. Let's keep an eye on her so that she doesn't commit another perfidy. Bad. How about you eliminate her? While she sleeps, so she's not able to call the ferry. Heh. That night, as Kionna was discreetly going to Tali's bedroom again to put the letters she had stolen back in their place, she was overcome with uncontrollable nausea. Don't care. She then realized that she was once again pregnant. Don't care. She decided not to talk about it to the monarch yet, partly because she was scared that it would only be a false alert, and partly because she did not want to see him for some time. Her only solace lay in the fact that she was expecting a child much sooner than previously. She was too certainly convinced that her end was near. Let's go! Looking forward to that. A little while later, as Kionna was getting fresh air on the patio, she heard a familiar voice. Well, hello. Would you happen to need anything? I've on me what is needed to sew. All the tools you would need in your everyday life. Handkerchiefs, as well as a number of remedies. You're coming along just right time, Mr. Merchant. We're all suffering from insomnia, therefore some herbal tea would indisputably soothe us. I bet I know what's the reason for the insomnia. I also have a friend who has recently been wrecked by alcohol. To see if you were to have at your disposal something to treat him, it'd be wonderful. I cannot promise it will make his sickness disappear, but I do have some medicinal herbs that should do the trick and do him a world of good. Pablos, please come in! The young Moor caught sight of Gemma escorting a silhouette that was recognizable from miles away. She clearly distinguished her friend Georgis, laden with bags and trinkets of all kinds. She had been waiting for him so much during her previous pregnancy, and she was so terribly lonely that she felt elated to see him. Finally, a friendly face! Oh, Georgis, how have I missed you? She was prepared to run towards him when she was struck by doubt. Ah, too bad that she didn't try that. Does he only remember me? I don't know if I'm supposed to have met him or not. Great job on creating your freaking loop in the same way like previously then. Good job. Oh, it does not make much difference. I'll be careful and make a decision based on his reactions. Brushing aside and restrained, Kionna ventured into the living room, a big smile on her face. Here you go. Here is everything you need. Thank you again for coming. Do not mention it. A peddler is going to move
about from house to house to ensure nobody is in need of anything, and I should not ignore the cry of help of a pretty girl.
And then the not pretty one entered. The lady in waiting rolled her eyes and was about to see the guest at the gate when she detected her presence. She grudgingly bowed down. Lady Kionna?
I suppose that is the lady of the house.
Absolutely. Georges bowed gallantly.
My respects, madame. Even if I deserve and don't deserve any.
Given his behavior, it seemed obvious that he did not know her yet. Well, I mean... it wasn't even a question. The princess decided to improvise in order to convince him to keep her company. Are you leaving already? I hope she will not manage that.
I must. It appears that your return has already bought all the products that could be of use in your house, and the road ahead is quite long.
Are you not a peddler? It would please me very much to hear some news from surrounding villages.
Then freaking go to them. Well, seeing as I'm already here, could I deny a customer this pleasure?
Normally, just say no.
Please sit back. It is so hot. Would you fancy a lemonade?
Madame is too generous.
Gemma, go fetch him a fresh drink.
Right away, madam. Kionna was overjoyed to be able to spend time alone with her friends. She could not tell him everything, but the sound of his voice was already soothing. This good mood, which was usually reserved for Lord Tally, aroused the servant's suspicion. She was set on staying nearby to make sure that she would not do any harm to the merchant. Therefore, once the lemonade was brought, she started to wind the furniture and tidy the dishes.
Gemma, what are you doing here?
I'm working, madame.
The princess felt unmatched animosity towards her.
I knew it. They were watching me. They did not want me to enjoy myself, the rascals.
Moments after exceptionally angry, she came closer to her lady-in-waiting and prompted her in a low voice.
Away with you and your floor clothes. When there are guests at home, servants do not start cleaning the room they are in.
Unimpressed by her threats, the involved party retorted out loud with a little smirk.
This is a good merchant. Yes, the weather is so nice. It does not bother you, Mr. Merchant, does it?
By no means. You belong here and I'm merely a passing visitor. I have no objection to that.
Irate Kionna used an imperious tone.
Well, you are bothering me.
Oh, I'm quite sorry to hear that, madame.
The retainer continued her walk with feigned diligence, which finished trying the lady of the house's patience. While Georges was looking away, probably out of courtesy, she grabbed the floor cloth and angrily pinched her arm.
Ouch, it hurts so much. You have no right to pinch me. If Lord Tally were to know.
Her ears reddened by wrath. Fingers still quivering, Kionna could no longer contain the rage that was setting her whole being alight.
I did not touch you, you liar!
Oh my god, that bitch. Standing up for herself, Gemma fought back by sporting the red mark clearly visible on her arm.
What is this mark if you do not touch me then, bitch?
The princess' expression turned in one of the demons and she gave her a stinging slap in the face. Georgie stood up, taken back by such a sudden violence, while tears were forming in the corner of the servant's eyes. Astounded, she remained motionless, her arms dangling, while the young Moor was tapping her foot impatiently.
Leave this room at once!
Taking advantage of the retainer's sudden apathy, Kionna raised her hand once more to hit her. As he could not bear such a sight, the merchant instinctively got between them and tried to reason with her. Just...
Madame, I beg you, please calm down, you...
She's getting what
she deserves.
No, it's you who deserves that. With an open palm, to be honest. Negotiations went sore as, in the blink of an eye, Georges received a slap of the same scale on the cheek. What a bitch. He then stepped back, terrified. Pale and with trembling lips, he went towards the table on which he had left all his merchandise and loaded them on his back. Kionna promptly understood that she had gone too far and rushed towards the door. Pathetic.
Where are you going? There is no way I'm staying in this madhouse another minute.
Panicked, she tried to block his way.
No, do not leave, not already. Georges, you cannot leave me in such state. Your departure makes me so happy.
His only response was to glare daggers at her.
How can you believe, madame, that I'm going to say when you have just hit me? And how do I even know my name? I don't remember mentioning it.
The princess did not know how to justify herself. The peddler's accusing glare went straight to her heart, too she let herself be gently pushed aside.
You scared me and shamed me, madame. Your behavior is deeply unhealthy. I will never set foot here again. Farewell!
Without delay, he left the house and headed for the gate at that distraught pace.
Nice, let's go.
Suddenly coming back to part of her senses, Kionna chased after him for a while, shouting,
Very well, go away if that is what you wish. And now I'm going to cry until it makes me sick.
I don't give a fuck.
Despite the last provocation, George did not look back, and soon he was on the road, out of sight. Devastated, the young woman fell on her knees in front of the property's entrance and burst into tears so loudly that they echoed throughout Claremont for hours. And no one cared. What should have been joyful reunion had deeply generated, and there was no turning back. That day Kionna lost her only potential friend. Nice. Deserved. Left to her own devices once again, the princess vainly tried to convince herself that her plan was unfolding as planned, even though everything had become insufferable to her. Unhappiness and loneliness were making her so aggressive and bad-tempered that nobody had dared speak to her since the Gemma's incident. Understandable. Worse still, Tali was playing hard to get, claiming that he was busy and she was still unable to announce her pregnancy to him. Good. For spite, she resolved to turn to her last ally. Don't you even dare, you bitch. I hope she's not your ally, for. We'll find out in the next episode. I'm going to bed. I've had enough of Kionna for tonight. Yeah, let's end it. We'll continue tomorrow. Consider, as per usual, liking, subscribing. Always appreciated. The game is on Steam. If you want to see endings that are not bad endings, which I will be providing here, then go get it yourself on Steam. With that being said, hope you all have a wonderful day, and hopefully nobody with, you know, basically character like Kionna appears in your life. Hopefully only good people will be there. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye.